This is John Piper with the weekend video and Saturday 10th of December. Starting with Bitcoin as ever. We've got the 5 O's up here. Give it this thing there. That was a low on November 22nd, clear 5. Then a regular A, B. Sorry, I got that wrong. The 5 is here, obviously. So that's 3. This thing can't quite adjust itself to the... Okay, so we've got a 1, 2, then we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so the 3 itself is divided to 5, 4 and 5 for 1, A, B, C, 2, that's quite nice and neat. We've got another 5 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again the third wave divides to 3. And that counts as 1 of 3. Then got a rather messy, irregular ABC and a very large ABC to there. Now, as that overlaps very clearly with the wave peak here, we can only count that as wave 2. It's a rather messy wave 2. And then we've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here, which could be 1 of 3 of 3, but it's getting a bit messy. We really need to see a breakout to the upside to confirm this is an impulsive action. There's also the possibility there's actually an A, B and a C to there perhaps, and this is the beginning of a bigger correction perhaps, but at least it's an ABC, so that's encouraging as well. But we're getting these very messy counts right now, and this is another one of them. You know, we just need to see a bit of breakthrough into some fresh air to confirm. We have seen a major low here, and we're going up at this point. Yeah, potential, but it's still not quite there yet. Ethereum saw quite a big fall down to this low here, around 878 or thereabouts, and 5 was up from there, which is encouraging. Rather messy A, B, C to there as a possible wave 2. We then got 5 up, which was again looking encouraging, but a breakdown below the low of here, which negated that 5. Since then, if we look at the short-term action, starting with this C wave I've labelled around 1065. Okay, so here's that C wave, 1065. Let's see if I can get that a bit lower. No, I'm very keen. That was aborted. Basically, we had a double low here, so this could be the end of the correction, perhaps. See, this is a double low, but very similar levels. And then got a 1, 2, 3. I mean, you had a 5 here. That's pretty impulsive, but it really is messy. This actually. A, B, C to there, that I suppose is encouraging also. So again, it could be a 1, 2, 1, 2. This could be a 3, but again, we need some confirmation. It's just dawdling around a bit. Breakthrough above there would be very encouraging. We just are not seeing it without it. This looks like a correction. We're just dawdling sideways again. So the clarity is lacking right now. Alright, gold's in a clear 5, it was up a 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Problem is we've got this low here, which is where it all starts from. It's the lowest low. So this could be an A, that could be a B, and this could in fact be a C wave. So we've got the same kind of issues really, although we have got 5 waves up, so we are due a correction anyway at the moment. So this remains corrective, and that would be a good sign that the next leg is going to be up. So look out for a decent correction. And obviously I'll be monitoring this going forwards, once we see some kind of resolution to that correction, that may be the time to go long again on gold, but that's certainly a lot more positive than seeing on the crypto at the moment. It was the same, we got the low here, A, B, C, A, B, and this 5-way pattern could easily be a C, so again we've got the same kind of issue. Just expand this chart so we can see a bit more clearly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, the 5 goes to here now. That's a needed count as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we are due a pullback, and again, same as gold really. If it's corrective, that would suggest we are actually going to go higher. Obviously, a sharp sell-off now would be a big negative both on gold and silver. FTSE actually is quite similar to gold and silver really. We're seeing what could be a final C wave perhaps, or it's failed as it were. So we've got an A, B, C, sorry, no, it's not really a C wave, but it has actually failed to make a peak. I did call this a peak here. Tested again, failed again. Now again, the same point, if this is a correction, we get a correction down here, then that would suggest we are in fact going to go higher. my expectation has been the equities will be peaking around now, whereas gold and silver will be going up. But I could of course be wrong. It's much better to go on the charts, I think, than to go along with one's own view, whatever it might be, unless it's based on something very solid, of course. But markets are based on large numbers of people making up their mind about something, which doesn't always work quite so well when you're trying to interpret what they might be thinking, as it were. Anyway, same thing. If this is an impulse decline, then that would suggest a major peaks in, and we want to be short. But if it remains corrective, then we may well go up even further. How unlikely that may seem in the current world situation, but that's what we're being told by the chart. I was actually seeing a similar sort of pattern. A big ABC down here, 5 waves coming in here, 5th wave still to come, in fact, so we're a little bit behind FTSE in the sequence, as it were. DAX is similar in the sense that we have a 5-wave pattern building, not quite there yet, so slightly behind FTSE in that sense. But we have the ABC here, which suggests we're going to see a new high, but quite a long way away from that. So again, we've got the same kind of basic parameters. Once we see a 5th wave, I mean, I guess maybe there's a 4th wave down here somewhere, but not impossible. I can't see any sign of one really. So and this looks corrective so far. But either if a decline begins from here, or if we go to 5th wave, the same points apply. If we see a corrective move, which has higher prices, if we see something impulsive, which says we've seen perhaps a major peak, and that could be quite serious, I think, on the equities at this time. But right now the pattern is we're not quite there yet on the DAX. The same basically, we've got 5, again like FTSE, we've got 5 waves up. So this could be an impulsive decline. It does show some promise. Get down to a slightly shorter term chart, in fact. Let's see whether it's actually. Okay, so here is the decline so far. Not sure why the chart's so pale. Let me just pause. Whereas the 5th wave here, let me just slice a bit more. Why are these things leap around so much? I'll do that later on, I think. Anyway, we've got, it could be an ABC there, B, C perhaps, but it looks like there's more coming. So this is suggesting maybe a correction, but it's a very short-term move, really. These are 30-minute bars, by the way. So it needs more, really. I mean, that's an ABC as well. We haven't got not much, only 5s here. So maybe we're going to see a correction at this point. I mean, it looks like it might be lining up to be a correction, not an impulsive move. All right, finally the Nasdaq's in this expanding triangle, and we have got 5 waves down there, suggesting it could be an impulsive move, maybe an ABC, although it's quite a big scale actually with a new high there. I mean, I think obviously this trend line below is support, so a break below that would be a negative. Quite how the wave pattern would work out, I'm not quite sure at the moment. It's a fairly confused pattern in some ways. I mean, in a way it's a corrective pattern, in fact, but I mean, so I guess either parameter is important, and a break beyond either one would be of some note. But right now the lower parameter looks more under risk. Anyway, it's all for today. If anything useful, back to the report Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.